We're going to turn now to our interview this morning. We've got Amy from Parabola West in the studio. Morning, Amy. How are you doing?
Good morning. Great. How are you?
I'm good. So you've got some new music that you're involved with. This is not purely Parabola West music that you're doing.
Featuring Parabola West song.
Oh, right.
It's my very first. It's very fancy.
Oh, right. So they said, those are the vocals we need with this track.
Well, they said, here's a track. Do you think you could write some story and make a melody? And I said, yes, I think I can.
Okay, so you are one of the songwriters, effectively.
Yeah, as far as lyrics and vocal melody goes.
Yeah. So who is the artist that you're featuring on?
So the artist is Bosker. That's his music name. His name is his real name's Adrian, and we met a few years back on a musician online forum. And we were the only two people from New Zealand.
Okay.
And so we kind of kept in touch. And then eventually he said, I've got this track. I've had it for a while. It's an instrumental and I don't really know what to do with it. Would you like to try adding some words to it and see if you can turn it into like a story? And then that's how it came about. So I did.
So where is Adrian? Like, which part of the country is he in?
He is about an hour north of Auckland, kind of like north of Snow Planet.
Okay.
Area.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm just trying to visualize the drive.
Up there. Yeah, you've got to get through the madness of Auckland to get to him. Although no doubt you guys are sending stuff digitally.
Yeah, we were sending stuff digitally, and he's come to Raglan he came to record the vocals, and then I've been up to his studio, and he lives in a beautiful, also very rural spot, like where we are. So we had a lot in common in that way.
Okay, so what is the song about? You've made it about something because you get to choose the lyrics, but what did you think the song was about when you heard the instrumental?
Well, I listened to the track a bunch of times, and there's this synth solo that happens at the end of it, and it sounded like an alien voice to me. Like, it just sounded like it was its own little voice. And I thought, well, I can either duet with this alien synth voice, or I can make this song about a conversation or a love story that's a little bit like interstellar. It's really how it happened. It's just listening to the song. I thought this sounds a little bit alien, and then the lyrics just started coming into my head about, oh, well, maybe she's walking home and a tractor beam of love whisks her into the sky.
Is that a phrase from the song now? Tractor beam of love.
Tractor beam of love might be one of my favorite lyrics now. In a tractor beam of love, I float to you.
It's definitely got it's kind of memorable. I won't forget it.
Well, it's yeah. So I mean, that's kind of how it all came to be, and I was really nervous sending the song back to him, the ideas, because it was a really weird angle to take.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if he was going to be totally freaked out by it, but he was super game, and he just said, "Oh, okay, well, let's see."
Okay?
Well, he said he laughed at first.
Yeah.
But then liked it.
Yeah.
And now it feels like the music has always been an alien love story.
He just didn't know it.
Well, we just needed the right moment.
Did he have something that he thought it was about that he didn't tell you, but maybe afterwards?
No, I asked him, and he said no. He and his friend Eric had done the composition, and it's really synth heavy, and it's got kind of an 80s influence to it as far as the production of it. And he said they were just having a good time. It was like a bit of a jam.
Okay, yeah.
And I got into it, but then thought, oh, is this a song, or is this just like, what is this? And it's just been a great experiment.
Did he change any of the instrumental after he heard the vocals?
The one thing we did do is after the song came together, we actually changed we changed the pitch of it slightly. So we actually tuned it slightly differently so that it was better for my vocals.
Yeah.
So I think we dropped it like a semitone or something like that. He would have to tell you exactly.
The rest
what
of
he
us, the rest of us wouldn't know anything.
It was just a little bit. Originally, it was a little bit higher, and so in some of the high parts, it made my voice sound a bit thin and shrill. And I said, if we can drop it down a little bit lower, I think it'll sound better in my voice. And so we just did that.
So some people like the sound of the voice straining. Sometimes it communicates intense emotion.
I don't think this song was that moment.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
I think we were just going for pleasant vocal, really.
Right, yeah.
Versus like, this is how painful life is.
It's an interesting discussion because I think it's one that's had a lot in production studios. Like, people are like, oh, the voice is straining, but somehow when people hear it, it communicates. And I'm not trying to convince you should have done it or anything, but it's just, I imagine it's a discussion that happens a lot.
Probably. I mean, this is the first time that I've done something like this where I've released it, or he's released it. We've released it together, and I've done what they call this is called top lining, where you get music and then you write vocals and a melody over it.
Yep.
And I have done it before where it really has been outside of my comfortable range, and I've regretted not saying something. Yeah. So this, I just thought, it's probably better to make it comfortable.
Yeah. And is this ever going to be performed live?
I actually performed it to the track at my last online show, which was in April.
Okay.
So
it's kind of easy. I was imagining all three of you there or something, or is there like a team of synth operators?
I don't know. We haven't. So I just performed it with the backing track in that show, just because it was a novelty and it was a bit fun. It worked out great, but I haven't really figured out how we would perform it together live on a stage, but I'm sure.
I know I'm asking, it's a technical question. And that would be up to them to figure out how to make their production go live.
We'd have to figure out what to do live and what we would put in the, what we would have as just part of the track. Because there are two people playing.
Yeah. And it's, you don't, I mean, a lot of your tracks, when you play live, you strip it back anyway.
I strip it back and then I use, like, I'm playing the keyboard and I'm singing, but then I'm also triggering other things, so I can kind of choose what the song needs.
I remember the first time, I don't know if it was the first time we did an interview, but the first time you played music in the studio, and you tried to replicate the full song, and your husband was here and all this equipment, and we literally couldn't walk across the studio.
It was
so
challenging.
Much stuff.
Yeah, I've really
to play like probably 2 songs or something.
That's the thing, is that it is difficult to make it sound exactly like the recorded version live if you're not with a full band that's doing different things. And so now live, I do pare it back. I keep it to the minimums, and I think it's okay if it doesn't sound exactly like the recorded version live.
It's interesting. People who are sort of fans, they like to hear it exactly. I think the people who are hardcore fans, they enjoy hearing a different version. And I know you've got like this collection of quite hardcore fans around, like on your online community. Yeah, I think there's an appreciation for hearing it in different ways. Yeah. And I sometimes, like, now that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with some different types of instruments, I'm doing different arrangements of the same songs, and I release little snippets of that. And I like it, and I think it's variety, because you get to know songs really well. And then that code for I got bored with the song? No, it's like, it's just that sometimes songs feel different to play over time. Like, they feel a certain way in the beginning. Yeah. And then they start meaning something else to you. Like, it's like when I write a song, I think it's about a certain thing, and then I look back and I think, oh, I was actually reflecting subconsciously on this other thing that was also going on. Right, you didn't know at the time. So it's like a constantly evolving thing. Okay. So it's not just the time capsule of how it sounds when you first record it. And I like to let it breathe and evolve. Okay. Should we play the song now? Yeah. Because we've just got off track, but we were talking about how the production, and you've been invited in to write the lyrics and do the vocals. Yeah, which I love doing, by the way. So did any of it change once you put it together? Did you go, okay, we're going to take out that verse, or they said, let's add another bit in here and well, the arrangement of the instrument, it was pretty locked in. Yep. So there wasn't any variation on that, and it was just a matter of adding. We really added things. We added harmonies. We added. It wasn't. I don't think we took anything away. I certainly didn't. So if you tell before we play it,
give us the brief about what the song's about. I know you sort of mentioned it before, but there's kind of a bit more to it.
So it follows the story of a woman who is just feeling a little bit disenchanted with not being able to find love, and she's living a very kind of bored life, dreaming about this romantic adventure that she might have when she finds the one. And then suddenly, on her way home from this very boring night at the pub, this tractor beam of love descends
Excellent.
and sucks her up into her interstellar romance.
This is the song.
There's someone for everyone out there, people. That's it.
And it's called Holiday for Two
Yeah.
by Bosco, featuring Parabola West on vocals. Here we go. Hey, you got the morning show, and that was first time on Raglan Community Radio, Holiday for Two by Bosco, and I just have to stop things moving around on that screen. Parabola West, and we've got Amy in the studio.
Hello.
Well, I was listening to that, and we've already had this discussion off the air, but I immediately thought that sounded very much like an 80s track, which
I feel like our job is well done in that case.
Yes, and some of the vocals sounded very much, I think I concluded Debbie Harry from Blondie. Yeah, it really did. And I haven't heard you sound like that before.
Well, in this case, Adrian produced the track, so he produced the vocals and everything. So it's So I sound, I suppose, what would have been his vision for it.
How does that happen? Were you singing? I mean, I feel like you must have been singing differently anyway, like with a different vibe coming through.
I think there's a certain way where you sing with a different kind of energy.
Yeah.
When the song's a bit more upbeat, or if it's a bit spooky, like it's just kind of, it's the tone.
Yeah, well, it was the bits where you were singing. I think it was the verse, not the chorus, and your voice was deeper.
Okay.
And that was the bit that was reminding me. Yeah, and I'm an '80s kid. Like I was a teenager in the '80s. I was at high school in the '80s. So that music is kind of like written into my brain in a way that I can never get rid of it. You know, that there's that period of your life when you're around 17 or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it just, it's always there. It's like also my first movie I saw was Star Wars as a 7-year-old.
Okay.
So that,
So that you've got like an aesthetic locked into your brain
you really,
as well.
you've got no choice, eh? Like it's in there. Yeah, written in. Yeah. So that was, what happens next? Do we do more songs?
We talked about it. Yeah, we don't have anything at the moment that's in the works, but we have talked about it. I had a really fun time working with him on this, and I think he also enjoyed it. So we probably will do some other things.
I mean, you mostly work on your own, I guess.
Yes.
So certainly when it comes to writing the music.
Yeah, writing the music and writing the lyrics and the instrumentation is usually something I do by myself. So this is I actually really enjoyed doing this. I would love to do more projects like this for other artists. I like featuring. It takes it kind of removes me from the song being about my own feelings, and it gives me this creative license just to imagine.
Yeah.
And it's not personal. And maybe that comes across maybe that's kind of what you're hearing. But
some musicians that talk about that when they get to do a song for a movie or something.
Yeah.
I think Don McGlashan did that. Was it Bathe in the River or something? When Holly Smith was on vocals.
Yes.
For a New Zealand movie, and he said I don't think he felt like he could sing about the river and all that stuff like it. That's someone else's kind of genre.
Yeah. Well, it's not on brand maybe for him.
Yeah, it was definitely not on brand. But then
creatively, it's on brand for his creative expression.
Yeah, well, clear, because it was a good song. People loved it.
Really good song.
Yeah.
I think, there's a freedom in just being able to dance in someone else's movie for a little while.
Yeah.
And so
you get permission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what creativity is all about, having permission to do things.
How much of our creativity, this is interesting, if we just had a conversation about creativity, how much of our creativity is impaired by unconscious sometimes, but also conscious rules we've got in our heads about what we can and can't do?
Actually, quite a lot, and most of it's subconscious. Most of it we're not even aware of, but we think this isn't the kind of thing I'm allowed to do. Yeah. This isn't the kind of thing. Someday let's have a conversation about creativity, just in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's such a rich topic for conversation.
Yeah, like I have a background in like architectural design, which you wouldn't know from running a radio station or doing the interviews I do. But
interesting.
But the the blank page is a thing for designers,
It
is
is.
for writers,
Yeah.
and it's a very complex industry. So you've got all these rules about construction, and if they're all in your head while you're trying to design, you usually don't do a very good job. And you have to go, okay, let's just make something and not worry about whether it can actually be built to start with.
It sounds actually very similar to songwriting.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? But I thought songwriting would be just freer. Are we having this conversation now?
I think that songwriting is a combination of, so you get, well, for me, I get these ideas, and if I'm too embedded in editing, as the ideas come, they stop coming. So I just have to let whatever come out and flow.
So the editing is the
and
thing.
I have to I have to just let it be wrong, let it be whack, let it sound weird, and not worry about how am I going to change this into something that other people would like.
Yeah, I don't have an editing or production technique to make this work.
Yeah.
But that's when the creative thing happens, is when you do that, and then you go and find the editing and production
technique. The distinction
technique.
between play and work, I think. So the creative it's the play aspect of it that is the magic, and then the work is the editing, the refining, the applying the skills that you've practiced to then shape it. But they're both sides to the same coin. But if you just go in straight with the editing hat, it's a pretty harsh hat.
Yeah, it's restrictive. Yeah, and there's a time for that. But it's not at the same time as the creativity. It's not at the beginning, yeah. It's not. You don't start editing. It's like going to an engineer before you've gone to the designer.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's fear in just getting in there and just playing around, and there's fear in it sounding bad and being a little bit embarrassed or ashamed that you've done something that you would never want to show to other people. Or
songwriting and performing live would be a constant battle for me with fear of embarrassment. Like, you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, and yet you do radio live all the time. It's less
of an issue
for you.
Maybe. I mean, I know I've had this conversation with like Patty, who does the kids' dance classes and is a dancer herself.
Yeah.
And she's like, we feel the same way about each other's thing. Like, it was years before she came on the radio, even, because she just it was too hard. And I was like, well, there's no way you're going to get me dancing in front of other people. And that's still the case, incidentally. I haven't backtracked on that.
Okay.
But she did come in the studio eventually. So, but yeah, that's the same feeling, but about a different thing.
Yeah, I think that goes back to what we were talking about of, I don't have permission to do that. That's not my brand. I'm not that good at that. I don't have expertise in that space, and I'm afraid to be perceived as a beginner.
She also talked about, for dancing, Patty talked about having like a persona. Maybe not that word, but like, it's not, so it's like, it's almost like something to hide behind.
And you craft that.
Which I guess you're saying I don't have something to hide behind.
But maybe you do. I mean,
well, I do. I mean, I'm a slightly different person here. I'm probably a better version of me, to be honest.
Well,
I leave all the crap behind.
Well, you've got a sort of exterior, maybe demeanor or tone about you. This is like your place of authority. Like there, so there's just
I'm
different.
Very comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
Music's the same. You kind of put on a bit of an armor or a bit of a hat to perform.
Yeah,
or like a name, like Parabola West instead of Amy. That whole thing.
Yeah.
You just craft a.
Well, you very much have crafted a character. Like
yes.
For people who cannot see Amy right now, we should get a photo for social media. But you look like you've stepped out of a movie set in the medieval era. If we look just
life goals, baby.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just putting that out there, any filmmakers, and just a brief glance at your social media will see lots of that sort of thing going on. That's part of this is part of what you do.
Yeah.
And your music isn't necessarily set in 1650 or anything like when's the medieval period. I don't know.
You're thereabouts. Yeah.
Thereabouts. You're singing about your real stuff today.
Yeah. But I think there's an overall essence of like a throwback. Certain instruments sound old in that kind of music that I write, and there's like a fantasy element that has a real like Renaissance fair, medieval Robin Hood vibe to it. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of aesthetic that I really like, and that's part of the character.
There's also a thing I think too that people are like the stuff that does well. Often there has to be some vulnerability in there. You can't. I mean, I've heard a music teacher say, or singing teachers say, you can't sing well if you're not being vulnerable.
Yeah, there is a point where if it seems like you're just doing like a cover of your own music,
Yeah.
then you've kind of lost the thread of the humanity of what made you write it in the first place. Like there's always something. I haven't got to a point where I've become dissociated from my own music. I don't think I've done that many performances or reached the scales that would require,
You do a lot of like online shows.
Yeah, I mean, I do about 4 a year.
Okay.
I do one a quarter, basically.
But you do them, so
Yeah.
I guess what I'm wondering is there seems like a lot of potential for disconnection doing that.
It is a tricky balance. I really enjoy live performing in an audience setting with real people. I mean, they are real people, but it's like, you know what I mean, like in a room with people. But when I'm really trying to grow my audience and nurture an audience that isn't necessarily local to where I live.
Yeah, that's apparent through all the interviews with you that your audience is all over the world, really.
Increasingly, like New Zealand's coming around.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time.
It was just a matter of time. Yeah, New Zealand's coming around, so thank you for continuing to.
How is New Zealand coming around?
Well, I think I've played some more live things in New Zealand, and that's been kind of fun. But also, I'm just starting to find my people here.
Yes.
Through probably more subcategory things like other people that make fantasy style clothing or like there's sort of a kindred essence that isn't necessarily
is there a music festival that fits that?
Well, the music festival that I had a lot of fun at was the Viking Festival. It's not just a music festival, but
I didn't know there was a Viking festival.
It's in Norsewood, and it was back.
Of course, it's in Norsewood.
Yeah, it was. So
did they rename the place for it?
Well, it was named for the settlers that came from Norway, I think.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. So that's like an example of a place in New Zealand. But I'm kind of hoping for more opportunities. Like I think New Zealand's could use a few more Renaissance fairs.
Well, why not?
And I'd be ready. Give me the call, folks. I'm ready.
That's interesting. So, where is Norsewood anyway?
Oh,
that's what I wanted to know.
It's quite a way south from here. So it's about an hour away from Napier.
Okay, over that side.
Yeah.
Well, good on it. That's intriguing. They're doing it again next year or this year?
Yes, they are doing it. It's over. It's in February every year.
And are they like mock Viking battles?
Yes. Yeah, it's full on, Aaron. It's great.
I bet. Yeah, no, I could see people getting quite obsessed about that.
There's archery. There's medieval battle. They've got all these stalls of people doing like woodworking and selling their wares and just lots of cool stuff.
So do you now feel compelled because of this to create some music where there's quite lots of medieval instruments like a lute? And you have actually used some weird old instruments in the past.
I've used hurdy-gurdy. I've used nickel harpa. The song that I'm working on at the moment that I don't have any release dates for that yet, but I'm using like a really old Indian instrument called a shruti box.
Wow.
And so, that's on brand. I like doing things with weird and wonderful old folky instruments and then adding the electronica.
Yeah. And so you won't have to, because sometimes you found your corner of New Zealand where it works, and you might feel compelled to reshape yourself to fit that.
I think that's a very dangerous game.
Well, I know, yeah.
I just was very grateful to find a place that seemed to really dig my weird dress-up vibes.
Yeah.
Nobody was, I was...
You didn't look out of place.
No, I was dressed the way that I'm dressed.
When you leave here today, are you going to stride through town dressed like this, or are you shuffling quickly to your car?
No, I've got errands to run. I think Raglan pays no mind to my weirdness.
I tell you what shows up in Raglan is someone who turns up in a suit. A suit and tie. Someone who's dressed would be fine in the middle of Hamilton during business hours.
Yes.
Because I sit here and
very
I look
often.
out the window of the town hall and I'm like, I can see people walking down the street and I'm like, oh, they've just come from Hamilton or they're from Auckland.
Yeah.
Or, those thoughts pop into your head.
Yeah.
They definitely don't look like they fit here, but you're right, yeah.
I think the thing that it's when I wear high-heeled shoes.
Mm.
You do not see that a lot in Raglan, which is a real shame because I love my high-heeled shoes. And so,
Well, but this outfit, you've got boots. You could have heels on the boots.
I
You've
could.
sort of got heels. What are they, a couple of inches?
well, look, I have errands to run, so I'm going to be on
It's got to be
foot.
practical.
I'm going to be on foot, but yeah, for like date night, yeah, fancy heels, it's the way to go.
Well, Raglan continues to evolve, so.
It does, well, but you just got to be you and do your thing.
But there is a pushback against what's considered normal and mainstream. So if something's too much associated with that, it won't get its way into Raglan. I feel.
Maybe, but I mean, I have never. Nobody's ever made me feel weird for dressing like an elf.
No.
So thank you, Raglan, for being so accepting of my weirdness.
That is what it's like here. Like
Nobody cares.
yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
do care, but it's about a different thing. I like that thing about if you look like you've come from Queen Street, Auckland,
Maybe.
then you don't fit in.
Maybe, yes. If
yeah.
I was like dripping in name brands and
Oh yeah.
just maybe that would be a different vibe entirely.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
should try it just one time and see. No,
I'm like-
I'm not doing that.
I'm like, I don't have anything that's a name. Like,
You've been here
secondhand-
too long, right?
No, but secondhand stores are my, like, because I like making everything weird and kind of elfy.
So the outfit you're wearing, which the people on video can see, how did this all come about?
Oh.
You must have made the top bit,
No,
did you?
I didn't. This is when I say about finding your people in New Zealand.
Okay.
So this is a New Zealand designer. This is Hazel Mage. She's now in Wellington, I think. But she used to
What
be
do you
in
call
Waikato.
that?
Well, thank you for asking. It's a leaf. It's a leaf poncho.
But it's a small poncho because
It's
it
a
only
small poncho.
goes down halfway down your arms
but it
and
has a
halfway down your torso. Oh, with a hood.
It has a hood.
There we go.
I realize that doesn't translate to radio, but if you're watching the video, I
Yeah.
put the hood up.
Yeah, well, and maybe we should get some screen grabs or something. We'll have to do
Yeah.
something. And then the dress, that's a reasonably modern looking.
Dude, I shout out to Zero Waste. I got this
Extreme.
at Extreme in like the fancy section.
Yes.
And I have no idea what its history was, but it's secondhand and it is great.
So it's got crosses and it's got spots, dots.
It kind of looks a bit retro.
Yeah, it does.
It sort of looks like what a 70s cushion would have been made out of. You know,
maybe that's where the material came from.
it's very possible.
It's very possible. And then the boots are they're very medieval looking. They're leather.
Yeah,
They've
well,
got a big lace tie at the
I mean,
top.
they're brown.
How long do they take to put on?
They've got zips.
Oh, you're cheating.
So there's a cheat code.
I couldn't see
built
the zip.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw you pause and you're like,
Yeah.
you don't know, do you? Because you've never.
Well, because unless they unravel, you kind of just hope that they stay. You kind of
Yeah, you don't want to be. That's the point of the zip. You
Yeah.
don't want to have to go there. Okay. And also for the radio listeners, there's a little bit done with the hair at the front, which I don't know how to describe that. It looks like you did a ponytail, but with the front of your head and then circled it on top,
it's like a
which is a really bad description.
it's like a braid, or like I've made a braid fringe, and
Yes.
I'm just kind of yeah. Well, maybe a photo would be better.
Yeah, there's also a crown in the studio, which hurt my head when we put it on. It doesn't quite fit yours.
No, it's
We've
now
got it
it's
on
the mascot.
We've got it on a bear, a small bear that's in the studio.
Yeah, it's a crown with some dragon eggs built into it.
Oh, we've also got some dragon eggs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, which apparently is a real thing.
Yeah, well, look, this is the imagination. Had I been building this crown for utility, I wouldn't have thought to do all of these things. So this was the creative came out, and then I had to make a structure around it to hold the dragon eggs.
When is a crown ever just a utilitarian thing?
Look, Aaron, I feel like you need more whimsy in your life.
Probably.
If you're asking, really, you're asking yourself that question. You know, it's not me that needs to answer
I
it.
like the way you turned that back on me. So And while we're talking about this, I thought, you could decorate the whole studio, but you probably have a studio that you have decorated in this
I love it
way.
so much. I have a studio that I have decorated. It's got a Hobbit door.
Yes, I've seen the Hobbit door. Yeah.
It's got like vines around the Hobbit door. It's really a beautiful, amazing space. It's so magical.
Right, and does that help the creativity?
Yes, it absolutely helps the creativity because it's like walking into, it's like walking into Narnia or something. It just feels amazing.
And your studio is separate to the house.
Yes.
So you have to walk. It's like a transition.
It's a transition.
Which makes your head transition as well into the creative space.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a separation from home life and creative life.
Yeah, yeah. And so you're working on some music at the moment, and you're
Yes.
not giving us any dates. Are you thinking a single song or an EP or an album? What are you thinking?
Well, I thought this is just going to be a single song, and then I was going through my voice notes on my phone of all my song bits that I have in progress, and there's something like 26 of them that need.
Okay, right.
So I thought, oh gosh, I don't know. So there's just a lot more music that is coming, but whether it will all come at once or in singles or an EP, I just don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah. But I'll keep you posted.
Folks, we are talking to Amy from Parabola West, and a new song is out where she is the feature vocalist with, it's gone now, where do we write it? Say for me? Bosker.
Yes.
See how badly I wrote that down on the piece of paper? Looks like Bosler.
Oh, it looks...
Adrian Holle
yes.
is the he is Bosker?
He is Bosker.
Right, and he wrote the song, the instrumental, gave it to you for the vocals.
Yes.
And you were like, I've listened to it and this is clearly a love song with an alien.
Yes, that's pretty much the summary.
I just summed it up.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the version.
That's the headline. Yeah, brilliant. Well, it's been really nice to talk to you again this morning, Amy, and talk about the medieval vibes as well, because I don't know if we've talked about that much because it is the radio, but we'll get some images because we'll put our podcast out on our social media and
Fantastic.
we'll try and do that as well. Yeah.
All right. Well,
awesome.
Thanks so much.
Okay.